really just trying to work full body and do our best as we do so. That would probably be I think that's probably just the best compensatory game there. What I discovered last time is I've got to have some socks on me to be able to do
those exercises that really cut into
it makes no difference. It's just turn those off altogether.
so we're going to be working out
Gonna be doing some chest, back, legs. And we're gonna do some rollouts here. I want to see if wearing a couple of these little socks is gonna help me.
dirty old socks.
Let's see what they can do. This we're gonna roll out. For like a warm-up set and a stretch. So I'm going to stretch out my shoulders. Just trying trying to get everything down so I don't have to think about it as I go through it. Gloves are nice. I've had a million pairs of them, but no gloves really work for everything, and then you end up losing them. I have a single glove somewhere. So we're gonna do a rollout, right?
We're gonna rotate. Try to get the shoulders in there.
Let's get to the core.
Transfers.
We're gonna do some flies, gonna just mix in a nice. No real goals in mind.
I guess the main goal is to do as much as possible for the longest period of time possible.
So I don't want to use too much core. I'm just going to be working out for a long time today, so I don't have any huge goals of burning myself out early. I'm gonna get some pull-ups while I'm fresh. At about 196 pounds, maybe even more. I'm just looking for like 6 reps. Again, I don't want to burn myself out too early.
That felt perfect.
That felt perfect. I have to be honest with myself. Like the lighter you get, the more pull-ups you can get. That's just a fact. That's where it goes. And I've been completely like huge and buff and been able to just do massive reps with 350 pounds and barely been able to get a pull-up. Been doing bent rows with 275 for reps. Barely able to get any pull-ups, so the bigger you are, the more it's challenging. This is a pull-up strap though. That felt good. That felt really good. I liked the reps. We used the band, which adds at least 140. I went over the stats with that. A minimum of 140 pounds is added on. Because this is an assistive band that allows people to do pull-ups. So it has that extra snap to it. So when you stretch it beyond its capacity, it compounds greatly. It's not just a super band, it's for the snapping aspect. They don't even sell these anymore. I am going to add on a little bit of resistance. This one's 40, about 35 or 40 pounds is the max. That only adds on maybe 15 pounds. 15 pounds extra. Maybe more once I'm down here, I don't know. Let's see how it cuts into me first. Good. Definitely is not comfortable. Not a comfortable band. It's really tight, snaps around your skin. It's not about showing off or glory. It's about just getting it in. All the talk, all the critique, but you're not there in the physiology. Again, we're just shooting for 6. You don't want to burn out too early. I take the exact opposite notion as Mike Metzer. You don't want the joints to burn out too early. And of course he's able to do that heavy duty training when he's on PEDs. That's what PEDs are all about. PEDs are about heavy duty training. Articulation. That's what we're looking for. We also want to replace all the creatine and phosphagen system. That's why a little extra rest will get you more power. A little too easy. Maybe I should have done 2 more. Eight might be better, but that's why I stuck it at the top. can't go wrong in a set unless you're planning on just leaving. If you're in it, you're gonna pace yourself. It's just the way it is. It's just like running. You're not gonna go use everything up in the first mile. You want to get everything in. Well, ChatGPT was telling me that this band could actually add 160 to 180 pounds on it because it's not supposed to be stretched, especially in the squat. This feels a lot like when I'm doing this feels a lot like 275. It feels about 135. Cuts right into you though. It's really comfortable. Alright. Straight. That's hard. Yeah, 7. It's constant tension. So as you're coming through, the tension never stops. It never ceases. So that's why it's very different. Whew. Now we'll go in and feel that. You want to kind of feel like you're going around the gym, right? Like you're just hopping around. Yeah, I can feel it. Feeling great. I feel like I'm getting a lot more out of just simple reps, simple sets. So rack on 100 and 70 or 195, 200 pounds. on the pull down. That's what I'm doing right now. That's why I'm not trying to get out of control with it. Not gonna get anything by putting on a big show. This is what would happen in a dark, dim lit room where you're just focused on training. When I lived in Pasadena, there were a couple different 24 hours. There was one closer toward Colorado Boulevard that I really liked to go in. It was always dim. And the lights shined down and it just made everything peek out that you were working on, you know? You could see all that musculature. Just going for another 6. Really wanting to feel it. Chest, back, core, and then we'll throw in some shoulders and legs if we have it. If we don't, we'll save it for tomorrow. And then we'll be doing shoulders and arms. If we can fit that in today, tomorrow, or the next day, that's how it works. And then we revisit all these. We revisit everything. Place that creatine. Takes about 2.5 minutes. But it works in tandem, like you're using a little bit on these, that's why you don't want to go all out. The reason that Mike Metzer couldn't do any more than one set is because we don't have that much creatine. Right? We know more about creatine now. We know more about trimethylglycine, branch chains. I'm getting branch chains next time actually, in a few days. Adding BCAAs and I love them. I don't care what anyone says. All right, 6. Get a little bit of negative. Negative's huge. Yeah, I like that. I'm gonna start working in more negatives and dips. All right. We'll go for another set of 6. Maybe 6 and 6. 6 with resistance. You never know what you have left, so I'm not gonna say 6. Sometimes you'll hit failure at 3. Well, the sooner you hit failure, the better the job is. That's what people don't get. Everybody's on PEDs and they're lying. I'm not. Workouts are totally different. It's been many, many years. To me, carbs are a PED. They are a PED. Even so there's 6 sets in. 6 sets in. Got a little core, not much. We didn't want to overuse the core. I want to be able to do core exercises, which is why. Because I need to work more specifically on the core.
Going for 5 or 6, okay?
Just being realistic. Because I did reach some fatigue. And I have been doing these all week. And the last 7 days is like the third time that I've hit these. Maybe more, maybe 4. Let's do it. 5 to 6. 5 to 6. Oh, yeah. We're at that 14. 14 was like boom. Yeah. Whew. So that's 6, 5, 6 sets. It's hard to, when you do those super sets, 2 sets is more than 2. Got it in though. Got it in though. Wow. That's nice. That is nice. Feels good too. And I'm really trying to think, okay, have I hit that area? So what I might do is I might move this out of the way, put the feet up on the bed here, and do some inverted push-ups for the upper chest. Got good fatigue going. Obviously, I'm not timing it. What I end up doing when I'm really serious and I got money coming in and everything is I look at my heart rate. And then the old heart rate monitors kind of had a watch too. So sometimes I'd be looking at the clock and go, oh shit, that gave me, 2 minutes or 2.5 minutes rest. So that time I was using my back, obviously, using more muscle, using up all the creatine, but I still saved a little in the stove. I could just jump in and say get 5, could rest a little, say get 6. Chances are I'll still just get 5. There's no reason to rush it. Smells good. Oh, I found this tape the other day. And I'll prove to you that my arm's not as big as you think it is. Right? Let's see where it's at. Haven't done this. Well, I played with it yesterday. Let's see. With a pump a little. So next month, let's try that again so we're being honest, right? With a little pump. Yeah. About 16 3/4, I think. So next month, I want to see that go up 17 1/4 at least. $17 1/4. That's where I used to be. Just eventually, when I was in my early 20s, I was just always there. Then, of course, I've gone up 2 inches, 18 1/2, bordering on 19. Okay, what do we do now? Let's do some inverted push-ups. So what is it today? 16 3/4 with a pump, not a max pump. Might try it again in a few minutes and see where I'm at. If I do some dips, see if we can get them up closer to 17, right? Pumps, that'd be nice. Be a good milestone, I guess. Make us want to eat the big sugar and stay in it, right? So this is more of a pump set now. Elevating the feet. So we're going to do that. Going to elevate the feet and go into upper chest. Here, let's try it. That was a hard one, 15. I was kind of pushing away and then using what I had in the end. Push-ups. And then rows. Great exercise here. One of my favorite all-time exercises. Sure, I got going here. There we go. Yeah, we're going to go into a row. This is a lot like a bent over row. Let's do it.
challenging. More challenging. Yeah, with those rows you get to about 12 years there.
Let's see if that added any. See where we're at. See if that added any. It's all sticky. Can't even get it around there. Yeah, just a little. Yeah, so under 17. Pumped. We want that number to come up. That's like 3/4 of an inch. Pumped. Which I wasn't sure where I was. And of course, what matters the most is the wrist size. Right? So pumped. 7-inch wrist. Pumped. That's exactly where you want to be. So that felt adequate for a workout. So that was a good 12 sets. Yeah, good 12 sets. Right? And I may start another live here. And whoever it is says hello, hello. Stephen Morris, how you doing, man? Staying fit, trying to be fit. Daniel Brown. Ooh, so that's a workout. I feel like I have enough energy to keep going. So maybe I will. What do you think? Think we just keep going and going? Yeah, I'm gonna allow a little recovery. That got me. Yeah, that got me. 2 exercises on everything. Yeah, that got me. I'm there. Sad to say I'm there, but whatever gets you there is the most important thing, right?